Hello and welcome everyone, I am Ducky Obrien, and today I'll be going over a game called Gigapocalypse. Gigapocalypse was developed by Goody Gameworks, and it was published by Headup, and it was released onto the PC on July 22nd, 2021 with MSRP of $9.99. As always, the exact release date and pricing, and even platforms may vary from region to region and platform to platform. Alright, let's go. So this is basically kind of like you're playing as a kaiju, a monster. It's in early access, you can pick one of 3 monsters right now. I'm gonna pick this dude. I'm gonna be honest, the interface is very much like a mobile game. So, it's not very appealing to me. But the gameplay is okay. I'm gonna go over it. So here's your monster. You can feed it food. You can pet it. And here are the mutations. I don't know if these are working correctly because I leveled up the one where you're supposed to regenerate HP, and it seems to be kind of slow or not there. So here we got a couple of things that you can. These are your defensive abilities or just passive upgrades. Like, you can reduce the amount of damage taken. You can regenerate health. You can regenerate rage. Rage is what you use to execute attacks. And you can deflect missiles. And here you got stuff like your lasers will bounce. You will heal every time you do a melee attack. You can shoot 4 beams when the beam is left charging, etc. You clean up their poop. And then you got achievements, so every time you get an achievement, you get a little reward. So again, this feels very much like, you know, a game like Clash of Clans, etc. These are all your quests. Here are your skills, so as you level up, you unlock skills. So these are active skills. You have to press it, it consumes 80 rage. You can deal double damage. This one is fireball, launches fireballs. I got an EMP blast, etc. You can look at what happens when you level up these skills. And here's where you actually start the game. So I beat this part, and then they don't have everything implemented. So we're just gonna go take a look at the first level. Go annihilate. Okay. So when I press left click, it does a melee attack. Right click is my laser beam. So as you take damage and deal damage, you will gain rage. That's your rage meter right there. That's your HP bar. You don't. That's the Wilhelm screen right there. Excellent. So it is pretty hard in the very beginning, and then as you keep going through the levels and dying, you get mutation points, which you can use to purchase those upgrades. And then the game gets a lot easier, so it's one of those type of games. Kind of like a roguelite, I would say. So I'm kind of overpowered for the first level. I'm killing them before they ever get close enough to shoot at me. You can see my laser beams spreading to nearby targets. They're like achievements for running into certain characters or whatnot. I will link a highlight to my stream spot so you can see what it's like when you're first playing it. It's pretty difficult.
That scream never gets old, man.
Is that in public domain? I would use that in literally everything. Flag is a checkpoint. There's a boss fight at the very end. Now you can see there's little drones coming out. This is where I would normally die. Unintentional aim trainer. I'm clicking really fast, dude. Oh, there's a clown character. I don't know how to interact with that. Do I just like keep shooting it, or I have to figure that out. Kind of like a mindless game. I was saying that for this design, like, I think it would have been better if it was like almost like auto playing itself, so that you could kind of have it running in the background while doing something else. Oh yeah, the random math problems, dude. it like kind of threw me off guard a little bit. I was like, what the heck? Math? It's not really advertised as like an educational game, so I was like, what is this? Why is there math? Yeah, it was, everyone's like, what is this? Funny little moment. Very easy. Government said they'll make memes out of this situation. Alright. We got 17,000 mutation points. Spending on some skills. Let's see. Upgrade our laser. 8,000 to level up to 3. Alright. Yeah, it totally feels like a mobile game. I forgot you can add decor, which like gives passive whatchamacallit bonuses, and you can have pets. I totally forgot about pets. Let's see, what shall we add here? I don't know what I want. Yeah, I want to equip that one. Just upgrade it and see what happens. Ooh, invulnerable. Yeah, sounds worth it. Okay. I'll show up one more level and we'll call it there. Oh, we don't have that yet. Not a lot of content out right now. That's my pet. Do I get anything for killing this guy? I don't know. I'm too powerful. Can't be stopped. Oh, does that like no? Oh yeah, it does do something. I was like, some things take a lot of hits before they die, so I'm never sure if it's like something I can't hit or I just need to hit it more. A little bit of lack of feedback there. I'm not talking right now because I'm furiously clicking on stuff. This is why I don't like streaming Apex. I play almost every day, and I'm grinding real hard to get better at the game. I'm in plant right now for ranked, and boy, it's difficult because everyone is pretty good in plant and above. Everyone has like the basics down. It's very hard to rat your way through plat because you get minus 36 RP just for queuing, so you need to kill some people. Not that I rat, I hot drop every single time, which is why I'm not climbing. But I don't like streaming that game because when I'm playing Apex, I gotta put 100% of my concentration into the game, you know? I don't know how other people do it, like Shroud and stuff, where they're just reading chat while playing a highly competitive game. I don't understand. They have Gigabrain, I have small and smooth brain. But I have gotten a lot better, I've noticed. Kind of proud of myself. I don't think I'm good just yet, but if you put me in a bronze lobby, boy, I will stop. I think like my brain, I must just be getting older. That's it. Been very difficult to do multiple things at the same time. Too powerful. I am practicing Valorant as well. I don't like Valorant as much, but you know, all the cool kids are playing it, so I figured I might as well try to get good at it, or at least understand the game. So all I'm doing in Valorant is just playing deathmatch or playing in the firing range just to get better at aiming, and then I'll work on game sense and crosshair placement later. The thing I noticed was like out of all the friends that play, they don't really like look at what the enemy team is doing. They just blindly implement strategies without really considering what the enemies do. And I think that's a weakness, because you know, sometimes you can do the right thing but it's the wrong time because the enemy's not playing correctly. So you're like, oh, this is what the pros do, and it's like, yeah, it would have worked if the enemy's playing correctly, but if they're not, then you should really take a look at what they're doing and adapt. That's a common mistake I've seen in a lot of team or competitive games. Okay, I don't know what I just said there. Team-based competitive games like Overwatch, where they're like, oh, we have to play meta. I'm like, why? Doesn't mean you'll always win, you know? But if the enemy team plays meta, someone's gonna lose. That's what they don't get. I think it's this weird hive mind meta slave mentality where I've noticed that a lot of people, especially in Dota 2 now, I don't know why people do this, but they're like, oh, they watch some YouTube guide on Dota 2 and they're like, we have to do this exact same thing, otherwise we're gonna lose. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing ever, because what if the enemy team does the same thing? And currently that is not the deciding factor. It's more like how well can you play and how well can you adapt to strategy. So it's this weird behavior I'm seeing more often now, where people are just like blindly following video guides on YouTube and they think that if you stray from it that you're gonna lose. Which doesn't make sense, because if everyone does it, then someone still has to lose, right? So it's like, the thing that I'm harping on is like, no one thinks for themselves anymore. They don't bother to look at... Oh, this one was a little bit weird. It's like a little mini game where you smash this. Again, it feels like a mobile game. Not necessarily a bad thing, because, you know, this is pretty fun, but it's not something that I would want to play for long periods of time. Maybe like in between games, or when I have nothing else to do and I just want to, you know, waste a little bit of time. I forgot I can move by pressing A and D. I think I was supposed to move to dodge the falling fire there. Yeah, it's a behavior I've been noticing more often, where people just don't think for themselves, you know? some YouTuber, some content creator out there said something, sort of taking it as fact, when in reality, you should always use data sets to create and prove an argument. And if there's a large enough body of data that supports a trend, and you're like, this is what the trend shows, then you can imply there's a correlation there, and then be like, okay, since the data points to this sort of trend, maybe this is what it's implying, and then you can act off of that. But it's like, oh no, this YouTuber with 1 million subscribers said this, so it must be true. You notice a lot of people don't actually use data anymore to prove their points. It's more like an argument that sounds like it could be true, but it isn't backed up by anything. I mean, we all do this, but it's weird when I see it in games where it's like, oh, it's clearly obvious that you just rub your 2 brain cells together. You would see that there's a different way you can achieve victory. Alright, enough old man rants. Let's upgrade some stuff and we'll call it there. Add another pet, I guess. Oh. No, I don't want to release it. Okay. Okay, I guess level 5 is the max for an upgrade. Good to know. This one feels like it should be easier to do. Okay, decor. There's no, okay, I don't think there's no next. HP plus 10%, that seems like it's worth it. Okay, we'll wait for this one. But yeah, there it is. There's only 2 levels. I can't play this one, it's not out yet. Once again, the game is Gigapocalypse, developed by Goody, Gameworks, published by Headup. It's out now, and the MSRP is $9.99. Like, giving credit. I know that part's boring. I know, like, a lot of guides on YouTube are like, give something exciting, like the car crash, quote unquote, in the beginning of your videos. I might change my format. I'm just trying to tweak my content, but like, I think giving credit to the developer and publisher is important. I think listing relevant information like the release date and the platforms and the pricing is important because people want that. At least for the videos I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to create previews and give a look at the game, as opposed to like creating entertaining videos. You know, that's completely different. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Let's call it there. The game is Gigapocalypse. Hopefully it gave you guys an idea what the game is like, and hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there, and I'll catch you guys next time.